So here we have a look at some of the more basic units in the Enforcers and Forgefathers armies. So on the left we have some Forgefather Steel Warriors, and on the right we have some Enforcers, just standard Enforcers. And for both of these units you'll see that there are 5 models. They can be larger units, and you can buy additional models to make the units larger. You can also change the layout of these units as well by giving them different weaponry. So for instance, the Enforcers on the right, they all come as stock with their rifles, all 5 of them, and you can see this unit has been built slightly differently. So the leader model here has been given a wrist blade and a pistol, whereas they've also been given a heavy weapon support with a burst laser as well, but they would have cost additional points or changes to be made to the unit. And likewise in the Steel Warrior unit, they have their Huskarl, who is armed with a Forge Hammer and a Hailstorm pistol, and they've also got one model upgraded to have a Flamer option, whereas the others stay with their Hailstorm rifles. It's really important that leaders are identifiable in units, so in this case both the models are different. This one's obviously clearly different, and this one as well is obviously clearly different. But if they were armed the same, then you may want to either paint the edge of the base differently, or maybe give them some different painting to their helmets or something like that, some rank stripes to show that this is the leader. And the leader could be something like a sergeant or something like that. Units come of different sizes, so whilst these are both relatively small units, some units might have 10 or even 20 or more models in them, but the vast majority of units will be in the 5 to 10 model size. Here we have 2 more units. The ones on the left are Enforcer Peacekeepers, and you can see that the leader here is designated by one with his face mask open on his armor. And it's still a unit though, but a unit of just 2 models in this case, and these will be specialists. And that's important for determining how you build your army. You have troops, specialists, support, and command models. One of the support models you might want to take in your Enforcer list is this Strider on the right with his Polaris cannon. So Striders are a unit of just 1 model. Supports generally are just a single model. And you can notice that often the base size as well reflects the type of model it is, but of course that will be clear in each list description if there is a different base size. So you could, for instance, have a specialist who is on a 25mm round base, or a support who is on a 40mm base, for instance. The way you build your armies though is really important to make sure that you get a good mix of the skills that you want, because the supports can be very strong, but of course they're limited in number, and therefore you will need troops to take many of the objectives. Of course, some of the supports as well, things like walkers, may not be able to actually contest some things in the game, so they can't, for instance, enter buildings, so it might be difficult for you to achieve your objectives if you do not take a balanced force. And finally, there are command units. So this is a command unit of a Peacekeeper captain. Now he comes on his own, but you can buy additional models to go with him to make the unit stronger. So in this case, I brought some Peacekeepers with him as well, so 2 extra Peacekeepers. And you'll notice that he also comes with a red dice. So as a command model, he has a tactician dice with him, and in his case is blue, so the strongest of dice. And he will add that to the command pool, which is rolled at the start of every round. Command dice are also used for the recon roll at the beginning of a game. In addition to command dice, commanders also bring command orders, which can be very strong indeed, and may have either instant or aura effects, which affect several units around them.